But I never ever swayed from the fact that I wanted to deliver best, because I always said to myself, I was always at the back or at the front of a counter buying. This
Mm-mm.
time I'm the one at the back of a counter selling. So
Mm-hmm.
if I'm going to sell something, I need to be the first customer of what I'm going to sell. It
Mm-mm.
needs to pass my own standards.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the 100 Successful Women, a Conversation to Inspire series. I'm very thrilled today to bring you episode number 64, featuring another incredible woman who's transforming life through wellness and entrepreneurship. Our lovely Fannie is a certified health and lifestyle coach and dynamic president of Herbs Best International. As a visionary Filipina entrepreneur, she built a successful lifestyle company that creates heartcrafted, all-natural food alternatives, making healthy living accessible to all, especially in her own country. But what truly sets Fannie apart is her holistic approach to transformation. Through her signature program, Fit, Fabulous, and Flourishing, she's helping women not just achieve their health goals, but embrace their worth and potential in any age. Her message is very clear. Age is just a number, and it's never too late to start living your best life. So get ready for an inspiring conversation about wellness, entrepreneurship, and the power of believing in yourself. Let's dive into our conversation coming up next. Hello, Fannie. How are you doing today?
Hi, Viv. Good morning. I'm good. Excited for this. I've been waiting for this opportunity to have this wonderful chat with you.
Yeah, I'm super excited for our conversation as well, Fannie. Thank you so much for tuning in from Philippines. What's the time in Philippines now?
It's exactly 9:01.
Wow, amazing. Thank you so much for joining me on this conversation. And I'm really, really excited for our conversation coming up. For those of you listening, I think I have known Fannie for quite some time, but we never really talk to each other in person one-on-one. So I love what Fannie is doing. I always see her on social media. She's been doing a lot of great things in her own community, and then she's such a powerful woman, and she's someone that I always look up to as well, Fannie.
Thank you. I look up to you. I'm such a big fan of yours. I watch your episodes. I watch whatever you're posting, your exercises. You're so committed. I mean, I'm like, oh my God, I better do this and post. My problem is it's not automatic for me to start posting what I do. And I realize, oh my God, I didn't take a photo of me on the treadmill. Oh my God, I didn't, it takes so much from me maybe because I guess it's my thing. I'm not so techy. I'm not so conscious that I should be out there. So I'm learning slowly.
Yeah, we're all learning, and I was saying earlier, before we jump onto the call, I think that we all have different strengths that we can always complement each other, and then there's lots of great things that Fannie is having that I'm really admiring as well. So without further ado, we can't wait to start our a few questions that I have that ready for you, Fannie. And the first question that I always ask the 100 Successful Women guests is that I know that you are a founder of a health company, and then you are an entrepreneur, you are probably a philanthropist as well. You do a lot of great things for your communities. But who is Fannie? Is it Guanzon, your last name? Did I get it right?
Yes. Guanzon, yes.
Yeah, Fannie Guanzon at your core, despite all the roles that you're playing.
I think at my core, I'm a warrior. Causes, I fight for myself, for people that need support. And basically, that's it. I mean, and I do this out of love. But yeah, I think I've been a warrior all my life.
Yeah, I love that, the warrior, because it's all about fighting for yourself. And then I love that you are actually fighting not only for yourself, you're fighting for your community, and that's why you use your voice so that you can impact a lot more people. Thank you so much for sharing that, Fannie. So tell us a little bit about your journey. I know that you've been in corporate and then become a health coach and entrepreneur, and you are the founder of the Herbspace International. Tell us a little bit about your journey. How does that come along?
Well, I started out really as a, after university, I worked with my family, and then I ventured out after several years to doing real estate, and honed my sales skills that way. But I was always doing things as an entrepreneur. I have not really worked for anyone outside of my family. So, and with that one was just a training ground for me. And every time I was always doing things on my own. I have this adventurous spirit about entrepreneurship and taking risks and all these. And it's not always been a successful joyride. I also fall on my face many times, and just to learn lessons from it. But I've always been that. So Earth's Best came out of a desire for me to give back to community. When I came back from the United States in the early 2000s, I saw that the world was going into health. And I said, how can we do this in the Philippines, where everybody wants everything fast food and junk food and all this? I said, how can I create something that is delicious and nutritious at the same time? So, I thought about it, and I saw there were communities who had the same vision, but they were from poor communities. And I said, there's no way in the planet they can get these good products, because they had the mindset, they had the healthy mindset, and they were uncompromising about it. So I said, they're the right people right up my alley to develop, to improve. So I used what I knew and what they knew to put it together, and then to create a product to create a group of products that was high-end, that was done with wonderful process, science-backed, everything that would elevate it to the status where it could get on shelves and packaged correctly. So I brought it from the ground to where it eventually ended, with a vision to show something that was locally and proudly Philippine made, and make it stand neck to neck with imported products. But healthy. I was always after creating a healthy alternative and delicious for the public. It's just that it didn't come so cheap, because it's artisan. Mm-hmm. We don't produce it in huge batches, because it's really very it's almost like farm to table. So we don't produce so much of it. Still, I still maintain that kind of philosophy. Mm-hmm. And then I became a health coach because I needed to back myself up. I was doing things that were healthy, and I was wearing the hat of a mad scientist. And I did my own research, but I was always figuring things out, making it better, and getting mentored by very bright minds from all over the world. So I was getting mentored, and I did immersions in Europe with the natural and organic groups and universities. So I put that all together to build enough learnings so that I didn't feel too much of the imposter syndrome. I had to equip myself, and that's what happened. So that's how I became a health coach. Thing is, I did not get into the coaching space, and I still haven't, as you can see, I still haven't. And I'm just starting, but it's transition to something more than just the health coaching, because from what I'm seeing now, my audience wants more of the health savvy, entrepreneurial savvy, combined with voice, passion, because I have that background, from being in fashion and modeling in the past. So everybody wants that kind of combination. I'm trying to figure out how do you put that together.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm so intrigued with what you just shared as well, Fanny. You got so many like background, especially in you did say that you have been like fashion, and did you say modeling as well? Wow, and then you're now doing like health coaching, and then you have that created that product. So how did you created the product? Is your background? I know that you wasn't a health coach before. I literally thought that you were a health coach, and then you started to create the products. So how did you create the product without did you say without the prior knowledge? I'm curious.
Well, first of all, I am a consumer, and I always go for quality in anything that I buy, whether it's food, whether it's fashion, whether it's whatever. It's all I always go for. Personally, I always want to go for something that's the best. So when I decided that I should bring a healthy pantry to the Philippines, how did I do that in the level that it is in the level that it has achieved abroad, like in the US, in Australia, you've got in the States, you've got Trader Joe's, you've got all of these stores that were coming up with all these healthy alternatives. And we didn't have that. So I said I should start to do something, but I wanted also to include social entrepreneurship. It was not just business for the business sake. For me, it was with an advocacy to promote health and wellness. At the same time, it included that part of social entrepreneurship. It meant like I should do this with people who need my help, who could use my experience abroad or my education to level up themselves. Because I always want to level up. We have a lot of underprivileged people here in this country. We're third world. So those of us who have been given more and are more privileged, I felt it was something I needed to connect the dots and somehow do my own little bit. And so I helped them. So I let them understand that production is not a question of just creating. You need to understand the science behind it, the nutritional value behind it. I went all that. I said I got myself mentored. I worked with scientists. I backed myself up. My father's a physician. He's a doctor. So I grew up with that mindset as well. I had that kind of background, but I finished economics in university, and I was more business focused. Then I backed myself up by getting certified as a health coach.
Amazing. You learn along the way, and from the starting point is you see that there is a gap in your community, especially in the healthier option for the people in Philippines. I love that. Thank you so much for what you're doing for your people. So you were saying that you also helping the community. I know that you have been doing a lot of work, especially when you're starting the business. You have your why, seeing the gap there. And then to start the business, obviously, like you say, you got your mentor, you have to back yourself up in a lot of things. So to start a business or to start something is always challenge. So what are some of the challenges that you have gone through, and how did you overcome those challenges?
Well, it starts with the idea, and then the challenge is how are you going to do this and with whom. So once you're able to have your idea and why, and I had my why, like the gap, as you said, and at the same time I had my other why. How could I combine business and make it a social enterprise as well, in a way that I was helping out and giving back and giving opportunity. So I had to look for people you can, like we say in our world, right? Who you hang out with, or who you go around with, or like-minded is always. So I look for people with the same like-minded attributes, as mine. Like, people who understood health, who wanted to not compromise on their health in what they eat and what they produced. And because we had the same, it was just a question of really earning each other's trust and working together, because you're transferring knowledge. They're transferring skill, but you're transferring knowledge. So that was it. So you need to have to work with people you trust. And then the rest is like, of course, logistics. How are you going to set up the business? So, you bring in people along the way, consultants, friends, advisors, to lead you to that direction. Of course, I was the one, orchestrating everything because it stemmed from me. But having that is always the first step. What did you want to do? And the rest will follow. And then, of course, once you go from an idea to a product and to put it out to market, is a totally different animal altogether. There are other elements involved. But, I started with the idea, and then who I could work with first, and then what was my deeper why, and how I was going to execute it. But I never ever swayed from the fact that I wanted to deliver best, because I always said to myself, I was always at the back or at the front of a counter buying. This time I'm the one at the back of a counter selling. So if I'm going to sell something, I need to be the first customer of what I'm going to sell. It needs to pass my own standards so that I can convince myself. So if I can convince myself to purchase my own program, for instance, then that means it will be a no-brainer for another person to consider it. Because I went through the fire, literally to check if my program, is it going to work? Am I sharing enough? Am I giving value enough? So that's what's keeping me stuck, because I keep trying to put more value than even started. It's my problem. I kind of over-deliver. And that was the same thing with the products I made. Sometimes my staff used to tell me, you know what, you put too much in making products. You put everything, the best ingredients, the best this, but it's so costly, and you want to hit more people. But I said, but I cannot. I want to put the best things, the best stuff. So that's just the way my mind works, Viv.
Oh, so that's the things, right? You want the best for your consumers, and then that's why, especially for the products that put into your mouth, it have to be something that pass the qualities. And then that's why I love that you're saying that in order for you to market the product, you have to be the first consumers to know that it is the best for yourself and for others as well. So thank you so much for that as well, Fannie. And with you, because as a woman in business, there are other obstacles or some of the societal expectation as well. Do you have some advice around that for a woman in business? What are some of the tips or some of the strategies for a woman to be success in business? What are some of the, I know that there are a lot of them. If you have to mention one, what is the biggest attributes for a woman to start their entrepreneurship journey?
That's a very loaded question. We all know that women, there's so much stigma around women as entrepreneurs or business developers or success. Everybody, it's still worldwide. I mean, we really don't stand at the same par as men, right? So the only way to do it is to really be your best version, because you're standing neck to neck with people who have the unfair advantage simply because of gender. So, and number one, because you're a woman, I think you could also use your being a woman to charm the hell out of everyone else. I always know that at least that's our gift. We were given that, and it's just a question of knowing when and how to use that. But to use it with a good intention, and to use it to show that you are in fact qualified. To use it not for anything else, but for you actually to show it so that you could stand out. For you to get the attention, so that you're able to be given that opportunity to show your stuff and say your speech, say what's on your mind. Of course, with belief in yourself and the confidence. It's very important. That's why for me, confidence is so important. Even when I was working on building my products for Herb's Best, I had to be confident about what I was going to sell. I couldn't just stutter and say, oh, this is good for you. No, I needed to know that it's done this way, it's processed this way, this is the, calories are this much, and, and this is from the ground, and we know our sources. So I had to be certain. You need that kind of certainty, I think.
Yeah, so true. Confidence definitely one of the things here. That's why in order for you to be so confident, you got to know your products. That's why you say you have been going through a lot of process, back yourself up, because you know your product that is so well. That's why you got the confidence to present it to others. I can't remember who is a mentor that mentioned that, is that be so good that they can't ignore you.
Exactly. I believe in that too, and by knowing that you're so good, automatically your confidence is also up the roof in a way, so that you can actually radiate that kind of confidence. It counts a lot. That's why part of my own program has a lot to do with confidence building, but in different levels, because you need to use your confidence in a different way when you're in the boardroom, your confidence in a different way when you're coaching. You have to use your confidence differently when you're selling a product like makeup or food or lipstick. It's a different kind of confidence. I mean, it comes in different shapes, and that's what people need to understand. It's not the same. You need to know how to temper it, how to use it.
Yeah, that's 100%. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, you did mention that aside from doing your the business, which is the Herbspace International, you are also doing some coaching as well. You are having your own program. Is that Savvy Chick Academy? I love that name. Is that your program?
You like it? Oh my God, I'm glad you do. Yes.
Yeah. Tell us about that program.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. I had to combine, because from what I was getting from people around me, they were saying, oh, how to be like you, how to speak like you, how to have your confidence, and I'm like saying, how to dress like you, how to, I'm like, okay, so I was saying, what? So that's when I said, maybe I should put up this Savvy Chic Academy, which is supposed to house the programs. Like I said, confidence comes in different forms and a different audience, what they need. And savvy, because I'm an entrepreneur, so if they needed some practical advice or lessons to execute their business because of my experience, then I can help shorten the learning curve, because I've been there. That's what they tell us, right? That we are one chapter ahead, two chapters ahead, and that being several chapters ahead as an entrepreneur, then I can help them avoid certain pitfalls, give them practical advice, how to go about this, how to develop products, how to do this, or how to do their program in ways that I would look at it from a lens of a consumer, And then the chic part, of course, is when you put poise, being articulate, having to know what to wear, when to wear. If you're meeting high level people in an event, or going to a gala, how would you look? How would you stand out in a sea of beautiful people? So that's what Savvy Chic can.
Wow, I love that. It's so amazing. For those of you who are not following Fannie on her social media, you got to go to follow her, because she got all this glamorous. She's just always dressed up so nicely and attending all this event in her community. So I know that this course is about fit, fabulous, and flourishing. So do you want to tell us about these three areas? Fit, obviously, is that about being healthy, and then is that fabulous, dress up, to know what to dress up or what to wear, and is that, I'm just guessing words.
The whole thing. Yeah, actually, fabulosity. I use the word fabulosity in some parts of the program, because as I said, how do you stand out? How do you stand out in a crowd? If you're networking, how would you stand out when you have there's so many equally smart, equally accomplished, equally successful, equally beautiful, equally good looking? How would you stand out? So you have to have that element of surprise or fabulosity. And when you know that you have something different, then you can walk in and know you'll be able to get a certain level of attention. And I have, it's something that I practice. I mean, I know that I do that in a way. I'm conscious and intentional in knowing that I won't go to a networking business event and wear a tight miniskirt, right? I mean, I know how to look the part when I need to look the part, but I will do it in a way where it will grab more attention than others, than that of others, so that I would have my chance to be noticed, to be seen, heard, and valued. Because at the end of the day, that's what we want, to be seen, heard, and valued, especially as women.
Seen, heard, and value. Those three words is such an important words for us to remind ourselves as well. And I love what Fannie is like, always so glamorous, and definitely from your glasses is already catch a lot of attention. I love your glasses. Always have different pair of glasses that I know.
Different colors.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that, Fannie. And for those of you women's entrepreneurs, maybe it's a great opportunity to reach out to Fannie so that she can give you some tips on how to stand up even more in the crowd, so that people pay attention to you and listen and heard what you're going to share with them. Yeah, I love that, Fannie. So how do you I know that there is one line that you always say is age is just a number, and I love that, and that's such a great reminder for all of us as well. So what advice would you give to other women out there who feel that it's I'm too late in the game, I'm too old? What are some of the advice that you can give to them?
Well, for as long as you're alive, you always have the opportunity to do something. And you're never too old to help. You're never too old to show kindness. You're never too old to be generous with your knowledge and your experience. You're never too old to learn. You're never too old to explore what's out there. So I always say age is just a number, because I don't want people to limit themselves in any way, and age is probably one of those. I have to transcend my own limiting beliefs about my untech savviness, and trying desperately to listen to programs, catch all of these things, remember all our programs that we're in together, Viv. I feel like I'm a turtle trying to catch up with all of you who are such great action takers. It drives me crazy, just saying, oh my God, there they go again. They're doing so well. Oh my God, here I am, even having a hard time just doing the posting or loading it up. I even asked someone the other day, what's the difference? In one of the Zoom calls, I said, what's the difference between live and reels? I didn't know, And I said, oh, you get more audience viewership from doing live or something like that. I said, oh my God, I didn't know that. So, but as I said, we never stop learning. It's always a continuing thing.
I am so agree with you. As long as we're alive, we have the breath, we got so much capacity to learn. And then as long as we are, we have the drive to learn, life is a never-ending learning journey, right? And then it's just that there's so many ways for us to learn. It depends on whether we want it or not.
Exactly. It is a good thing. We are all, as I said, we are all in these communities that we are all like-minded with goals and dreams of improving our own lives and improving the lives of others by, knowing that our why is to do something for others. It's in what we've got. I always believe that, we've been given talents and gifts that we need to use. And that's why I said, I thought, maybe my gift of being able to talk or express myself is one way to bring the voice of others out there. So, and what their causes are, which is what I'm doing for this club. I told you that I'm now the president of Soroptimists of Makati, which helps give education for women and girls who are underprivileged. So I told myself, if I can use my influence, my voice, to even ask the communities I'm with to look at the causes and help with even just a little always counts to get some girl educated. Because in this country, in my country, you educate one woman, you educate 5. Because women are like that. You know that, Viv. As you know, you help one, you help your sister, you help your sister's daughter, you help. It extends. It doesn't end with yourself. So you know the ripple effect is very strong. You know the impact from one. It's from one person can go beyond just that one.
Yeah, it's so true. I know that Fannie has been doing a lot for her community, especially like her say, is underprivileged younger girls in the community that eagerly waiting for the help of a lot of people in Philippines, and Fannie is the one that is standing up for a lot of them. And I like that you were saying that it's so true. When you are standing up for yourself without knowing it, you actually empower others to do the same, and that's ripple effect that you can create along the way. Yeah, and you just said it's all start with ourselves, right?
Absolutely. Always with ourselves first. Us first, Viv.
Yes, I love that. I really love what Fannie is doing. She is amazing. She do a lot for her community, and she is someone with such a big heart. Even though I haven't met Fannie in person yet, but I can definitely see that her beauty, her big heart radiates from afar. I can tell from her social media, so things that she's doing. I really think that she got so much to offer. And then thank you so much for what you're doing for other women out there. So how can nowadays which one is your focus at the moment, Fannie? I know that you got a few things. What are some of the focus that if people reach out to you, how which area that they can reach out to you for your help?
Well, right now, without being asked, because of the role I'm playing now, it goes with the territory that my mindset is focused on how I can get buddy groups of people engaged to help in the causes that we are doing now, our own causes, like giving education, helping out women and girls to get them educated on that side. But on the business side or in the coaching side, I think anyone can reach out to me if they feel, in a nutshell, that they want to be seen, heard, and valued in whatever they're doing. So whether you're a professional in the boardroom and you feel that you're not getting your message across, or you're not, then I think maybe I can help with the strategies, with the mindset, with the demeanor, with the overall confidence that you bring forward to make you get from point A to point Z in shorter time. Because I've been there, done that. I know the psychology behind making negotiations easier and seamless from my own experience as an entrepreneur and from my training ground as a younger girl. So yeah, I think that's how they can reach out to me. So it can be coaches, even it can be business owners, it can be anyone who wants to be, as I said, important is how do you get your message across. You need first to be seen before you can get heard. And it's only after they hear you that they can value you, because they now know what it is that what makes you what makes you unique to you, and what you're out there for. But without that, the seeing is very critical. To be seen is very critical. I believe that it's always the first impression. It's how they see you. That matters a lot.
Yeah. I totally agree with what you're sharing there, Fannie. For those of you, if you have followed Fannie, you definitely never going to scroll past Fannie, because she's definitely know how to be seen on her social media. So reach out to her if you want to be seen, to be heard, and to be valued. And where can people find you online, Fannie?
Online, they can see me on my Facebook.
So that's Fannie G?
Fannie G, which is the professional one. I opened a new one because the social one, had me in bathing suit, and I said, "Who's going to listen to me as a coach?" I don't know how to take that down. I put up a new one and I said, okay, do something more professional.
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely include your link to your profile and then to any socials that you want to connect with Fannie. So I'll include that link. Anyone wanted to connect with Fannie, make sure you click on the link and reach out to her for any advice if you want to be seen. I think she's have such a big heart. She won't. I know that she won't push you away. Anyone can reach out to her.
Wherever we can help, we all want to help each other. And I appreciate you so much for this, Viv, because, this is an opportunity to be able to be heard and seen and valued as well. And you are giving a lot of us women this opportunity. This is very powerful what you're doing. And that's why we are here all out supporting everything you're doing, Viv, because you're amazing. Oh, you're really the lioness of lionesses.
Oh, I thank you so much, Fannie. You has been always so supportive. Her words, she's never selfish sharing her kind words. She is so empowering. She always gives a lot of people the support within our groups as well. She has such a big heart that we can all feel that. Thank you so much for what you're doing as well, Fannie. We love you. And yeah, it's such a great privilege to have known you for sure, Fannie. So, as you know, this is 100 Successful Women podcast. It's obviously you are very successful in your entrepreneurship. And for those other women out there, what is your one piece of advice for them?
Know your worth.
Know your worth.
That's right behind me.
Don't settle, know your worth. Oh, I love that. I really love the word worth because recently I'm listening to one audibles by Jamie Kern Lima. I'm not sure if you know of her, heard of her. She's the founder of I Eat Cosmetic, and then those cosmetics was sold to L'Oreal. So she's one of the founders for cosmetic, and she recently wrote a book called Worthy, and it's such a powerful book as well. Don't settle, know your worth. I love that tagline. Yeah, thank you so much. Yes. Thank you so much.
It resonates with all of us women. We really need to value ourselves and know our worth.
Yeah.
At home, in the workplace, and in our businesses. I think it all boils down to that. So thank you, Viv.
Yeah, it's such important, and your message is so important for every women's out there, especially for the younger generation. And I really love what you're doing for your community that needed this. And with one person you help, it can go a long way as well. Thank you so much for your time, Fannie. So
thank you, Viv.
Yeah, before we wrap up this conversation, Fannie, is there anything that you would like me to ask that I haven't asked yet?
No, you didn't ask me for my skincare routine. I'm kidding.
I love that. I know that you're going to give us a lot of tips. Next time we're going to do a series of skincare, how to dress up, and that's something that I am definitely wanted to know.
Oh, I'd love to do that. It's my pleasure.
Yes, I will definitely do that because she got lots of secrets, and then she know that age is just a numbers, and then we all wanted to look like Fannie when we age gracefully, right?
Yeah, well, I stopped thinking after 21, so I always say I'm forever 21.
Yes. Yeah, we know that. We definitely wanted those tips as well. Again, thank you so much, Fannie, for your time with us and sharing your wisdom. And yeah, I can't wait to see how you go with the Savvy Chick Academy. And then, and thank you so much once again.
Thank you, Viv. It's my pleasure, my honor to be a guest in your wonderful podcast. And you have empowered so many women like myself to be seen here. And keep up your good work. You're doing so wonderfully well.
Thank you so much. Thank you. See you next time, Fannie.
See you and catch you later. Okay, Viv, thank you.
Okay, Fannie, this is we don't normally do that. This is some kind of behind the scene that I need to include in the video. I know that sometimes I have this conversation with the guests. Sometimes I say, gosh, I should have recorded this. But this one is, I think I need to be include this behind the scene conversation with Fannie. Yeah, Fannie, I wanted to ask you, but I forgot to ask you about your necklace just now when we had this conversation. Tell me about that necklace. I know that it have a special meaning. I love that it is golden colors, it's sparkly. Tell us about that necklace of yours there, Fannie.
Oh, this necklace, this is made by the poorest of the poor here in my country, in the Philippines. This is like a livelihood project. And if you notice, these are made out of the tabs of soda cans. And aside from it being supports environment activities to promote environment and to minimize or eliminate trash in volumes like this from all of these people drinking in soda cans and all that, they made it into something very exciting. Look, they made it into something very fashionable. And I thought I would wear it today to show you because, it's part of my advocacy to help climate change, to do something our bit for the environment. And sustainable practices like this or sustainable products can be actually funky, and this is so funky. I found it so interesting. So I wore it. I've been able to sell so many by just wearing it, and I'm able to provide this community with more income simply by wearing this. So I'm glad you like it, Viv.
I love it. It's like because I can't see from here. I didn't realize that it's made from the can. It's like it's just so cool. It's like so gorgeous. It's like glamorous with that necklace on you. Thank you so much for sharing with us, and maybe
show it off.
Yes, maybe you can let us know the link to the Facebook page of this community. Maybe they can look out for that. Anyone want to buy, maybe reach out to Fannie. She can find a way for you to get them as well.
Yes, reach out to me because I'll curate it. It's better that it's curated, and I'll pick the ones that are the cutest and the most fashionable. And you should use this with black. It's amazing with that.
It's just like the party wear. It's so eye-catchy as well.
Yeah, it's so cool, right? And they have beautiful bags. So one day I'll send you photos. I'll DM you. They're really cute too.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. Thank you so much, Fannie. And this is our short behind the scene videos. Thank you, Fannie.
Thank you so much.